Hopefully you guys are having a good day. There we go. Make sure my browser is set up because we have. I want to continue to discuss some of the topics that we were talking about last night. I ran out of time, and you guys know I want to start uploading on the channel a lot more. Tonight we have
start uploading on the channel a lot more.
Let me silence that.
Tonight we have start uploading on the channel a lot more.
Jesus Christ, Twitch. All right, I got that fixed. So tonight we have the International Leftist Coalition panel, one of my favorite series on Fred Hampton Leftists, my great friend Assault Rod, Josana Vaz, Kareem Batej. We're going to have Peter Beatty there as well. So that's tonight on Fred Hampton Leftists. Other than that, we have a few stories that we want to touch in today because I heard and I was watching Joe Biden's speech to the UN because I'm just a curious nerd. So I want to talk about that, and I'm going to explain all the ways that Joe Biden and the United States empire are giant liars. The same way Donald Trump is a liar because the UN speech that he gave was propaganda nonsense. So this stream, we're going to spend some time debunking that. Talk about the U.S. hypocrisy on human rights because they still pretend that we are this human rights state. Especially after while I was covering the Haiti immigration and how the United States are treating Haitian immigrants. But Jen Psaki had a really unhinged defense for that. Like, it was just unbelievable. So we're going to watch that. And we're going to make some Toasty fans mad once again because I don't know how anyone on the left can defend Toasty because she went on Tucker Carlson and was out flanking him to his right. How crazy is that? On drones. Anyone who believes Tulsi Gabbard is anti-war is deeply delusional. And now, as always, we cover class-based politics on this show. So we're going to cover some wage stuff that's currently going on as well. So let me actually tweet the stream out and let's get started. What did it say? Discussing Biden's UN speech. I post a Twitch link out. Actually, I post YouTube. I post YouTube and Twitch so people can choose which one they want to watch. And if you are joining now, let me know how the stream is running. Say what's up. So I love to talk to people on this stream. So let me know you are here by saying what's up in the chat. Leave a like, share. But let's get into the first story today, since I tweeted those out. Let me get the clips from the Biden UN speech. Here we are. So this was tweeted out from Aaron Rupar. It's a great shit-lived video account. Aaron does a good job at tweeting these videos out of his favorite shit-lived Democratic politicians. Or he attacked the right sometimes, and those are funny videos to see. But look at how he frames this. He's a Biden bro, Vox journalist, but still a good clip. So let's take a look at these short clips, and then we can react, and I can explain why he's full of shit. So let's do the first one.
U.S. military power must be our tool of last resort.
Oh, wait.
Not our first. And it should not be used as an answer to every problem we see around the world. Indeed, today, many of our greatest concerns cannot be solved or even addressed through the force of arms.
I'm trying to make sure the video is
bullets
working.
Cannot defend against COVID-19 or its future variants. To fight this pandemic, we need a collective act of science and political will. We need to act now to get shots in arms as fast as possible and expand access to oxygen, tests, treatments to save lives around the world.
So President Biden here says the U.S. military must use the military power as the tool of last resort. Biden literally just drone striked and killed 10 innocent civilians in Afghanistan. They are literally funding multiple genocides. They are implementing sanctions on countries and starving their civilians. So the idea that Biden is ramping down U.S. imperialism and the U.S. empire is unbelievably laughable. This entire speech is U.S. propaganda. Like that's a lie. Joe Biden is increasing our military budget. He's increasing our military presence. So the idea that Joe Biden will go into the UN and explain the fact that we're not going to use our military as an offensive force. We are the largest offensive military in the world, period. And the United States always want to pretend that we are this beacon of human rights, even though we are straight up hypocrites on that. This is what my good friend Asal was pointing out to us here. I'm gonna talk to Asal on Fred Hampton Leftist tonight. We're gonna have conversations about psychology of U.S. imperialism. I love those series. The U.S. again votes against UN call to end Cuban embargo. That was this June. There's only two countries that consistently vote against the U.S. embargo, and that's U.S. and Israel. You had the U.S. constantly blocking ceasefires in Israel-Palestine. You have, and this is what I was playing earlier regarding the U.S. sanctions. We are sanctioning countries and making their COVID-19 situation worse, as shown there. You had the UN Human Rights Council that was calling out the systematic racism in the United States. You had the ICC court that said the way that the police treats African Americans constitutes a crime against humanity. So, we are the biggest human rights violators. But we come up on the international stage and we want to point the finger, we want to attack. Point the finger and attack and accuse other people. And these are the countries we put sanctions on. We put sanctions on countries, even though we literally have Border Patrol agents that are cracking the whip at Haitians at the border. Now, speaking of that, let's talk about what's going on at the border as well. Because I think we have a few updates, and this is from, let me show you this tweet here. This is from AJ. And I was explaining how Biden's America has been a disaster for black lives. The U.S. removed over 6,000 Haitian asylum seekers from the border on Del Rio. It is planning 6 deportation flights on Tuesday, denying many their legal right to asylum, using Trump-era policies. The idea that we were fighting against white supremacy by supporting Jim Crow Joe is a laughable concept. A man at the border with 2 children said the U.S. government has no conscience. DA says it's investigating images of the Border Patrol attacking asylum seekers. I promise you this is going nowhere. The DHS is investigating themselves. Let's see if I can get the... Oh, shit, I haven't been watching the chat. I apologize, guys. I haven't seen the chat on YouTube. Welcome to the stream, RLA, Radical Leftist Agenda. Worry Pilgrim is in the house, and he was talking about how I didn't catch Biden's speech to the UN. Oh, yeah, let's get back to some of those clips, because that's what I wanted to talk about as well. Because that was just the first lie he told. Come on. 1 second, because there are a few more clips and we can react to that. That was just the first one. Let's dive into this next clip.
We must also deal with one another. All of the major powers of the world have a duty.
I'm not sure why the video
carefully manage their relationships.
Sorry, I'm not sure why the video doesn't play when I full screen it. Like, it pauses when I full screen it, so I'm going to just keep it like this for now.
We must also deal with one another. All the major powers of the world have a duty, in my view, to carefully manage their relationships so they do not tip from responsible competition to conflict. The United States will compete, and will compete vigorously, and lead with our values and our strength. We'll stand up for our allies and our friends and oppose attempts by stronger countries to dominate weaker ones.
That is literally what the United States does.
To territory by force.
So this speech is so disgusting because it's pretty much one giant projection. The United States is the country that's swinging its weight around. The United States is the country that is implementing regime change efforts through direct actions or through sanctions. We are sanctioning West Africa right now. And let me see if I can find a tweet on that because I wanted to cover that. So let me make sure that, because I know my friend, before I dive more into the tweet, I want to show you guys Dee Dee's tweet. You guys probably seen Dee Dee in the comment a few times. I told you, Dee Dee is legit on foreign policy. The U.S. empire has shifted its focus from East Africa to West Africa, as the U.S. has backed the military coup of President Alpha Conde, I'm probably saying that wrong, of Guinea. Guinea sits on the largest bauxite reserves in the world, and the U.S. empire seeks to pillage Guinea of what's rightfully theirs. And then she shared the receipts here. Uncertainty as Guinea after military coup removes Alpha Conde. And this is the coup that we support. Meanwhile, Biden are trying to say that other countries need to stop throwing their weight around. Need to stop interfering in other countries. The United States is the biggest threat to world peace and stability. It's not even close. Guinea refuses to allow the deposed president to leave the country. The military pretty much detained the ex-president that the United States helped overthrow. But go ahead and tell me more about how the United States won't promote the idea that we won't throw our weight around. It's insane how Biden can get away with blatant lies the same way that Donald Trump did. Let's finish this video. We're pretty much just watching this guy get away with lying.
Force, economic coercion, technical exploitation, or disinformation. But we're not seeking, say it again, we are not seeking a new Cold War or a world divided into rigid blocks. The United States is ready to work with any nation
except
that
China
steps up and pursues peaceful resolution to shared challenges, even if we have intense disagreements in other areas, because we'll all suffer the consequences of our failure if we do not come together to address the urgent threats like COVID-19 and climate change.
The climate change that you're not taking seriously? How can you claim that you're going to fight climate change when you are a president that supports fracking? The Biden administration was just arguing in favor of expanding offshore drilling. I don't think I even got a chance to dive into that story. So many stories to cover in a short time. Let me show you guys that story. Here it is. This was reported in the Daily Poster. Walker Bradman wrote this up. I'll show you guys how serious Joe Biden is on the climate crisis. Before I get into that, let me read a few of the comments. Thank you guys for checking me out on the channel. If for people watching now, I will be on Fred Hampton Leftist tonight. We have our international coalition panel that we're going to be talking about the psychology of colonialism. So this stream may be a little bit shorter, but I hope you guys tune in on this stream more often, because I will be on here uploading and talk about stories as I've seen them. I just wanted to cover a few things that we didn't get a chance to cover last night. Am I mispronounced? Oh, there we go. He said Nick actually pronounced my name correctly. My man, Worry Pilgrim. Hopefully I didn't ruin it now. yeah, that DD radical leftist. That's the one who usually have great foreign policy tweets. Patrick said that speech was horrible. The speech is horrible and very hard to watch, but I think my job is kind of help educate you guys on how awful our enemy is. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a political nerd as well, so I've always been into seeing how our leaders kind of lie and BS, and I think that's important to study that. We gotta study our enemy, learn our enemy, and by explaining to these people how our politicians lie, that can wake up people from this bullshit game of red versus blue. Because when you look at this speech from the UN that Biden gave, it's filled with propaganda and lies. Just like Donald Trump. People claim that Donald Trump was this unhinged liar that was beyond the pale. But if you listen to his speech, if you listen to the rhetoric that come from Joe Biden, I'm going to cover what Jen Psaki was saying regarding the Haitian immigrants here very soon. Because Jen Psaki's horrific defense of the Haitian immigration treatment is the exact same talking points that will come out of Donald Trump. So I know these clips are painful to listen to, but I'm showing these clips because I want you guys to see how unhinged our politicians are and how often they lie to us. I think it was a fun case study. Let's see what I leave off. We'll talk about Jen Psaki here soon. I want to finish the rest of these clips. So that's the second one. Oh, we got another one right here. Okay. Let me know how the stream is going, guys. Hopefully the stream is running smooth. Yeah, this channel is like Nick News. We did Nick at Night last night. For Hampton Leftist is why I'm gonna be talking to a lot of guests. I'm super excited. The guy when George Bush was just called out by activists because the neoliberal establishment is trying to rehabilitate George Bush because they love their elites no matter what crime they commit. So George Bush was called out by activists on the latest speech that he gave, and this guy went viral. He was arrested because our government is full of thugs. I want to talk to him on Fred Hampton Leftist maybe this Friday, maybe this Saturday. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Thank you for hosting the stream, my friend. Radical Leftist Agenda. I need as many shares as I can. Help this channel grow. We're doing good at FHO, but this channel needs some work. The channel definitely needs some work. Oh yeah, so let me regarding the climate crisis. I'm talk on this stream all over the place. But this is the story that came out Daily Poster, Walker Bragman. The environmentalists slammed White House for brushing off the IPCC report and expanding offshore drilling because the Biden administration was saying the climate crisis did not present sufficient cause to stop offshore drilling. President Joe Biden has been touring climate-ravaged area in America. I'm gonna skip that first paragraph. Like a lot of times I read these stories, a lot of them are fluff, so you gotta just skip ahead and get the real information. The White House argued this is important. The White House argues that a court order that opposes and is appealing requires federal officials to lease more than 78 acres of the Gulf of Mexico for fossil fuel exploration. So pretty much they're fighting this lawsuit. And the Biden officials have instead used that power to officially declare that the warnings in the recent IPCC panel does not present sufficient cause to reevaluate the drilling plan. So pretty much this is them fighting environmentalist groups on them wanting to expand offshore drilling despite the fact that the climate crisis is getting worse. So Joe Biden on his UN speech was pretending that they are an ally to fighting climate change, but they're not. So I want to show you guys this. So let's see if we can find another clip. So that's one. Okay, this one right here. I think we left off here. Let's watch this one.
As we pursue diplomacy across the board, the United States will champion the democratic values that go to the very heart of who we are as a nation and a people. Freedom, equality, opportunity, and a belief in the universal rights of all people.
What about the Haitian people?
Our DNA as a nation.
Well, what about the Haitian people? You see how he pretending that he care about the rights of other countries and other peoples,
and
but he don't. What happened to my browser? This thing is glitchy today. This is... Well, let me see if I can fix that. One second, guys. There we go. See, this my software is just glitchy as hell today. But the quote in a nutshell is Biden said, as we pursue diplomacy, the United States will champion democratic values, except when you guys are supporting coups in other countries. That goes to the very heart of who we are as a nation. The people of freedom, equality, opportunity, and the belief in universal rights of all people. We imprison 1/4 of the world prison population. We have rampant income inequality. We had two-tiered healthcare systems. Income inequality is getting worse. There are no opportunities. So this is all nonsense. Let's go to the next one. I can't even finish that one. That one's awful. Now this one's a doozy.
As we steer our nations toward this inflection point and work to meet today's fast-moving, cross-cutting challenges, let me be clear. I am not agnostic about the future we want for the world. The future will belong to those who embrace human dignity, not trample it. The future will belong to those who unleash the potential of their people, not those who stifle it.
How's the video? Is the video playing weird for you guys too?
The ability to breathe free, not those who seek to suffocate their people with an iron hand. Authoritarianism.
We are the country that is illegally gassing its protesters. That's us, by the way. Oh man, hold up. You guys know that I'm trying to fix my mouse situation again. Man, I need a software update really bad because my software is trash. Hopefully you guys enjoying the show. Support the Patreon, that kind of stuff, so I can fix this equipment. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta fix this glitch I see going on. Thank you. I do want to give a shout out. Thank you for the subscription, Donnie Nunn, on the YouTube side. Hopefully you guys enjoy and leave a like, subscribe, that kind of things if you are. I said this stream wasn't going to be too long. Oh, come on. Hold on 1 second, guys.